in introducing our second lecture, let me recall another common description of economic science, in this case about empirical work in economics. So popular theory has it that such work always has to be non-experimental. That is to say, tests of hypotheses from economic theory cannot be done in the laboratory, but must be based on field data, observing actual markets and actual economies. Now again, this picture may have had some historical relevance, but is rapidly becoming a caricature. Today, economists are increasingly relying on experimental methods, in fact, and a large number of labs have grown up all over the world for the purpose of conducting just economic experiments. Again, there are several scholars that made early contributions in this development. And again, those include two previous prize winners, John Nash and Reinhard Selten. But the founding father of the current research in experimental economics is really the second of this year's laureates. Born in Wichita, Kansas, he took his PhD in economics at Harvard in 1955. His first academic job would be at Purdue University, and this is where he carried out his first experiments, which were designed to reject the hypothesis that markets produce efficient results. Little did he know that he would spend most of his professional life in the lab testing hypotheses about economic theory. He has spearheaded experimental economics in several dimensions. So he has developed a set of practical methods and standards for what constitutes a good experiment. This was a non-trivial task, naturally, because an economist who aspires to test predictions of economic theory in the lab faces difficulties that are quite distinct from those facing, say, an experimental physicist or experimental biologist. But he has also exploited this experimental approach in deriving some substantial findings, notably about how specific mechanisms for organizing markets systematically produce different outcomes, both when it comes to prices and quantities. For more than 25 years, he was a professor at the University of Arizona, where he built up an important laboratory for economic experiments. Last year, he moved east, however, to become a professor of economics and law at George Mason University. And this year, he joins the rank of 50 other laureates in economic sciences for having established laboratory experiments as a tool in empirical economic analysis, especially in the study of alternative market mechanisms. And today, it is my honor to ask him to speak about constructivist and ecological rationality in economics. Professor Vernon Smith.